Our first story is sort of a follow-up, I guess. You see, years ago, Susan Watson first introduced us to an energetic entrepreneur whose first name became synonymous with cupcakes. Well, now she's moved on to another type of delicacy, but the name, still the same, Gigi.
Tennessee Crossroads first met Gigi Butler way back in 2008. She had just decided to walk away from the music industry and her day job of cleaning houses to start, of all things, a cupcake shop.
And most people don't know this. The backstory is that I didn't have any funding when I opened that because I went to 4 banks and they laughed in my face. So I took out $100,000 cash advances on my credit cards and I went for it. Which you know this because you all came to film me. Not the first day, but very close to the first day. I had $33 left in my name. And I just had a dream and I wasn't afraid to step out.
Starting in a small storefront in the heart of Nashville, that small step quickly turned into a giant leap and then turned into the nation's largest gourmet cupcake industry.
I went from a house cleaner to a CEO of a company in a year, and then in 5 years we had 120 stores in 24 states. It's just been a really interesting 12 years.
And though her success was sweet, it came at a price.
It just became like this big beast, you know. Every day I put on my armor and I went into battle. And I became tired. And plus I'm a single mom raising a child. And I just wasn't creating anymore. And I wanted to stop. I wanted to be able to enjoy my life again.
In the midst of the pandemic, her priorities shifted. She sold all of the cupcake shops and refocused her attentions on what mattered to her the most.
It was time to close that chapter and do something new. How can I pivot and how can I create this and start feeding the masses? So I decided to start baking and cooking and delivering all across Nashville. And that's where it started. When I moved here to Nashville, that's what I really wanted to do. I one day could just open one pie shop and have one store where people can come in and I can love on people and the customers. It just happened that cupcakes came first. I just have always loved pies. When I was 5, I remember my grandma was in Oklahoma and all my aunts were in the kitchen and, you know, all the women folk were always in the kitchen. And they're like, get up here on this stool and let me show you how to roll a pie crust.
And learn she did. Pies by Gigi in Brentwood offers up all of the classic favorites, all handmade with the finest fresh and often local ingredients, and nearly every flavor you remember from your childhood.
People have to have a lemon, people have to have a berry, people love pumpkin in the fall, and people told me what they wanted. They want a chocolate silk pie with graham cracker crust and whipped cream. Every day. They want the coconut cream, they want the apple.
And the woman who helped put Nashville on the culinary map isn't just dishing out slices of homemade goodness. She also serves up delicious and unique bar-style cookies.
The bars are what's going to make us famous. I mean, these bars are fantastic. We have a white chocolate raspberry coconut bar, an apricot crumble bar, a Mississippi mud bar, which is gluten-free. We have about 15 bars that we make.
And if you would like to sink your teeth into something a little more hearty, Gigi is also trying her hand at serving up savory dishes too.
France has quiche, which we have quiche also, and it's fabulous. But Nashville has tomato pimento cheese pie with the cornmeal crust. You're welcome.
Pies by Gigi is also showcasing a huge variety of comfort food. Things like homemade chicken pot pie, shepherd's pie, chicken enchiladas, and even a delicious kale salad.
So when they come in and they're like, oh, we didn't know you had savory. I'm like, yes, we have tons of savory, and we do lots of take and bake. So they come in, they take a casserole home, they bake it, and they can make it feel like it's theirs that they made.
And if you think this gourmet goodness might ruin your diet, Gigi has even thought of that too.
Comfort food, but yet healthy comfort food. Healthy, whole, good, low-fat things. And when I say, oh, we make low-fat, they're like, oh, yeah, sure. I'm like, no, everything we make, I have 2% organic milk, low-fat cheese, low-fat cream cheese, the leanest ground beef that you can buy. So I really try to make it as wholesome as possible.
Not only is Gigi a super successful businesswoman, she's also a book author and a motivational speaker. And not long ago, she found herself heeding her own advice. She had to dust off the flour and get back to work.
I love this. I love being able to create something and provide food to feed people.
And just like any good recipe, Butler says being an entrepreneur has plenty of salty mixed in with the sweet. A lifetime of tremendous highs and a few lows. And like her famous baked goods, she hopes success will rise again. And this time, she will take the time to savor every sweet moment.
I want to be able to have this place to really love on my customers. I've made many mistakes, and what I can say is the mistakes make you better. And there's not one business school or Ivy League school that could teach me a business of what life has taught me. But if I can encourage anyone, I would just say, keep moving forward. Keep going.